Well, I think the government is still it's on its way to another Wounded Knee, and it's creating it. And AIM will involve itself, or it may not. But there's going to be young Native people who are just sick and tired of how we're being mishandled. The policies, how they affect us. And I believe that it'll probably be over water rights, because I've seen that it's brewing out there, and I think that the issue of water will become very volatile. It'll become very it'll become an issue that eventually will call for some serious negotiation, some deliberation. But I think that eventually the U.S. government is going to find itself trapped again in its own web, and it'll be another Wounded Knee. We don't see ourselves being massacred at a Wounded Knee, but we do see ourselves standing up again and saying to this government and to the states that this is, you're going too far now. You pushed us beyond this wall in Wounded Knee, now you're pushing us again. So I think we're gonna do that. We have this huge pipeline coming through our territory, and we're gonna, it's called dirty oil by the Obama administration when he was a senator, and now it's still dirty oil. And they're going to be bringing it through probably the end of next year. So Wounded Knee in '73 was a call for action, but I think there's going to be more firefights like that. Well, when I had the heart attack, I was diagnosed. My blood count, the glucose was 305, and they came and told me. And well, I was kind of groggy the first day, but they're injecting me with
insulin.
Insulin.
Yeah.
And the third shot, I said, "What does that do?" And they said, "Well, it's not going to hurt you, Mr. Banks. But you got to take them and roll up your sleeve." And I said, no. I said, "I don't want that." And then she tried to talk down to me, and she says, "Oh," she said, "doctors recommended this, and you have to take it." And I said, "No." She said, "Well, I have to call the doctor." And I said, "Well, call him, please." And then finally, even the doctor said that I'd have to take the medication. I said, "No." So I ended up not taking it. And I signed a release waiver, and waved them off, and liability waiver. But I stopped taking it, and I read this film. I read this little short book about reversing diabetes, and then I saw the DVD, Reversing Diabetes in 30 Days. So I went through the program in September, and I reversed it in 21 days.
Wow.
3 weeks. And my sugar dropped from 305 to 75 to 85, where it is right now. This morning I checked it, it was 98. Yesterday it was 88. Before that it was 86. So every day it's lower than, it's like non-diabetic. My pancreas is now operating. But what I'm emphasizing here is that the American Diabetes Association is saying that there's no cure for diabetes. And I think that's a pretty strong statement that they're making, because I've shown that you can reverse the situation. And it may not, if I go back on my diet the way it was, sure, I'll be a diabetic, or probable diabetic until I die. And I could drop over from a heart attack, and my heart will be responsible for that. But they're not going to put me on dialysis. I'm not going to have no legs chopped off. I'm not going to go that way. I've seen too many of my friends go that. That's what made me think, what do I have to do to reverse this? And then the American Medical Association also said, keep to keep your sugars controlled down, take your medication, get a lot of exercise. And I say no. Eat a lot of raw vegetables, and good steamed vegetables. Stay on that for a good month, and then your pancreas will start working again. And then, well, if you have type 2 diabetes, I can't argue for type 1, because I know if you have it when you're type 1 as a baby, it's going to be with you all your life. So I believe that we can do that. I know we can reverse it. I know all across this country it's a bad scene for diabetes in our communities. But I think we have to get back to the old ways of eating. We have to throw away all this white sugar, white flour, all the stuff that they've been giving us with surplus food. And also we have to get more exercise. Don't do a mile walk. Do a 2, 3, 4, 5 mile walk. That's what I've been doing. And let's reverse this whole situation. I was going to do a walk next year for diabetic concerns, but I think I'm going to delay it for 1 year and go to 2011. But I want to say that I feel good. I dropped 21 pounds, then 31 pounds. So I feel pretty good right now, and just thanks to that diet that I'm on.
Okay.